for my poem project, I chose You Are Jeff by Richard Siken from his Crush novel. It was his first book and it's one of my favorites. So I'm just going to get right into the reading. Let's say that God is the space between two men and the devil is the space between two men. Here, I'll be all of them. Jeff and Jeff and Jeff and Jeff are standing on the shoulder of the highway. 4 motorbikes knocked over, 2 wrenches spinning in the ordinary air. 2 of these Jeffs are windows, and 2 of these Jeffs are doors. And all of these Jeffs are trying to tell you something. Come closer. We'll whisper it in your ear. It's like seeing your face in a bowl of soup, cream of potato, and the eyes shining back like spoons. If we wanted to tell you everything, we would leave more footprints in the snow or kiss you harder. One thing, come closer, listen. You're in a car with a beautiful boy, and he won't tell you that he loves you, but he loves you. And you feel like you've done something terrible, like robbed a liquor store, or swallowed pills, or shoveled yourself a grave in the dirt, and you're tired. You're in a car with a beautiful boy, and you're trying not to tell him that you love him, and you're trying to choke down the feeling, and you're trembling. But he reaches over and he touches you, like a prayer for which no words exist, and you feel your heart taking root in your body, like you've discovered something you don't even have a name for. So, we'll get right into the analysis. There are many similes, metaphors, repetition in this poem, where it says, you're in a car with a beautiful boy and he won't tell you that he loves you, but he loves you. And then later on it says you're in a car with a beautiful boy and you're trying not to tell him that you love him. And also where it says, but he loves you, I view that as a confirmation. And when it says, feel like you've done something terrible, like robbed a liquor store or swallowed pills or shoveled yourself a grave in the dirt, that's a metaphor for the situation ending badly. And he uses many intense words, such as devil, choke, trembling, terrible. He's very good at descriptions, especially of his emotions and how he views things. Words like beautiful to describe the boy, how he loves him. He goes on to describe love as a prayer, how his heart takes root in his body, how he's making new discoveries. And when it says, like you've discovered something you don't even have a name for, it's a brand new feeling. And he doesn't believe that he deserves this boy. I'd say that this poem is very dense with experience. It's mostly about love and boundaries. It's not being able to separate yourself from others, but at the same time being so completely separate. This is a person who's struggling to reach another, and I'd say that when reading this poem, there's many questions to be asked, such as, like with all these Jeffs, like how many Jeffs are in the poem, who are they, what are they doing? Everyone, including the narrator and the reader, is named Jeff, which I find to be quite fascinating because it allows readers to feel like they're a part of this love that he describes. Anyone doing anything in the poem, whether it be talking on the phone, riding a motorbike down the highway, they're all named Jeff, and some of them are happy while some of them are miserable. And I find it important to point out that Jeff is not a very poetic name. The first time I read it, I was like, why did he choose such a common name? But the more I thought about it, I realized that the name Jeff is almost being used as a John Doe in this poem. The Jeffs throughout the poem are replaced by something else, something without a name, or at least none that the narrator has a name for. But it's a very complicated and complex poem that I found the more I read it, the more I realize things. And so my advice would be to look this poem up and really just see for yourself, read it over a bunch of times, especially read it out loud. And yeah, if you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comments. But that was my analysis. Thank you.